Averages and range. Often when we talk about averages, most people think of the mean average, but in this clip we're going to look at all three different types of averages as well as the range. So the first average we're going to look at is the mode average. And this is the value which is the most common. So mode is most common. So what we do is we look at our numbers and see which occurs the most often, which is of course the 4. We've got one there and another one there. Therefore our mode is 4. Let's have a look at another example. So remember, the mode is the most common. So we have a 6 and another 6, but we also have an 8 and another 8. So in this example, we have 2 modes which are allowed. So our 2 modes are 6 and 8. So now we're going to look at the median. And the median is the middle value when the data is put in order. So this is very important. They must be put in order first. So let's put these numbers in order. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 and 7. So let's find the median, the middle number. So we work inwards. We will see we are left with our median here, which is 4. So our median is 4. Now let's look at this example. Now don't forget, the median is the middle number once the numbers are put in order. So let's put them in order first. Okay, so the middle number, which is going to lie in the middle here, let's just check where that is. So working inwards, let's find the middle number. There are 2 middle numbers. When there are 2 middle numbers, the median lies in the middle of those 2 numbers. Now it's quite easy to see that the number which is in the middle of 2 and 3 is of course 2.5. However, if these numbers are a bit more awkward, what you would do is you add the 2 numbers together and then you divide by 2, which gives you the number in between the 2 medians. So let's move on to the mean. Now the mean is the more difficult one because you have to add up all the values and then you have to divide by the number of values that you have. So let's add them all up. So 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6 plus 1 plus 3 gives us 28. So then the next bit is you have to divide by the number of values. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values. So we divide by 7. And that will give me an answer of 4. So the mean is 4. Let's have a look at another example. So Chad, Brad and Ziad went strawberry picking. Chad had 40 strawberries, Brad had 45 strawberries and Ziad had 29 strawberries. What we have to do is work out the mean of the strawberries picked by Brad, Chad and Ziad. The first thing we'll do is we'll add the 40, 45 and the 29 together. And that will give us 114. And then there are 3 values, 45, 40 and 29. So then we divide by 3. And 114 divided by 3 gives us 38. So our mean is 38. So let's move on to the range. The range is simply the difference between the maximum and the minimum value. So let's look at some numbers. So we have 7 numbers here, and then the range will be the difference between the biggest number, which is 8, and the smallest number, which is 1. So to find the difference, you subtract, we get 7. So the range is 7. So let's look at the range for our example we looked at on strawberry picking. So we had Brad had picked 45 strawberries. His is the biggest number of strawberries. And Ziad only picked 29 strawberries. So he's the lowest number. So again, to find the difference, we subtract them. So we subtract the biggest and the smallest. And that will give us 11. So the range is 11. Now it's your turn to answer some questions. Pause the video and then try these. How did you get on? Here are the answers. If you answered any incorrectly, have a look back through the video and then try again.